Wade
and Wade
reacts.
There's some good news for you Lord of the Rings fans. There's a new movie taking place in Middle-earth called The Hunt for Gollum. And for all you who know or who read the books, you know that this is the story of when Gollum was captured by Sauron and Gandalf and Aragorn went to track him down so they could figure out what he told Sauron when he was being tortured. What do you think about this?
As a Lord of the Rings fan, this is extremely good news. We remember the days when Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Rings first came out. After the movie ended, you wanted to see more instantly, but we couldn't. Then the Twin Towers came out. We rushed to the theater to see the Twin Towers. And man, the Twin Towers was almost a masterpiece, especially first seeing it. I mean, the way that they organized and put together the Battle of Helm's Deep, nobody has matched that yet. Then Return of the King came out. And that movie at that time was like, what, 2 hours long? Mm-hmm. And that was one of the longest movies I had ever seen as a kid, and it was good from beginning to end. So to be able to relive those times again with this new installment of The Lord of the Rings, directed by Andy Serkis, and you got the original team coming back. This is a story of Gollum directed by the man who understands Gollum the most. He understands this character, and you know, before he played the character, he went into intense study to figure out what kind of person Gollum was and how he could bring that character to life. So I'm super excited about this for sure.
Yeah, and I haven't seen too much of Andy Serkis' work on the directorial side, but I know his acting is top tier. Mm-hmm. He's played villains, he's played heroes, he's played, allies. So he has a wide range when it comes to his acting chops. I know he did direct a movie called The Jungle Book. I know that the guy from Iron Man, he's skipping my head. He also did Mandalorian.
Jon Favreau?
Yeah, Jon Favreau. He did a Jungle Book, and then the same year Andy Serkis' Jungle Book came out. So for those of you who've seen the Andy Serkis version of the Jungle Book, let us know if it was any good. But like you said, I'm looking forward to seeing this. You know, I like Middle-earth. I like being in that world, in that space. And it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to do this, because I'm not an expert on Lord of the Rings. I know a little bit about it. You know, I read some of the books. I didn't read all of them. Right. But I don't know how they're going to really make this action-packed. And I hope that I'm pretty sure Andy Serkis is going to be, I don't know if this is live action, but if it is, I'm pretty sure Andy Serkis is going to be playing Gollum. And then are they going to I'm pretty sure they'll bring back Ian McKellen to play Gandalf again. And then Viggo Mortensen, he's kind of old, so.
Right.
They'll probably have to recast Aragorn. And I think this is going to be done much better, because there was a video game that covered this story. It came out earlier this year. I think it was called Gollum. Yeah. Our last year, the fans tore that to shreds. We know that was the work of Melkor, because they tore that up. But yeah, this is some good news, and I think the fans are going to eat. You fans of Middle-earth and the Legendarium, you're gonna eat really good, because there's another movie coming out too. It's an animated picture called The War for the Rohirrim, or The War of the Rohirrim. And that's coming out in December 13th this year. Okay, then. So if you are Lord of the Rings fans, you like the world of Middle-earth, our order for you super hardcore Middle-earth fans, or Lord of the Rings fans, they're gonna be doing that, which is December 13th. And that's also, because Weta's coming back for this too, and that's also done by them and the writers from the original.
Okay then. Yeah, we definitely need some redemption, not of the Lord of the Rings franchise, because it has not been tarnished, but as far as our minds and the viewing of Lord of the Rings, we need something to cleanse the rings of power from our memory.
Man, yeah, I forgot about that.
We need the real Lord of the Rings to come back, and thankfully they're bringing back people who know the Lord of the Rings, who know what the Lord of the Rings is supposed to be, and people who will respect the source material and adapt it accordingly.
And that's a whole different story too, though. I mean, not different story, that's a whole different production company. Weta is involved with that, but that's Amazon. Yeah. And man, this is Warner Brothers, and I think New Line Cinema, so we already know what they're capable of. Yeah. A lot of people don't like The Hobbit, but the movies were okay.
They were pretty good. Trash. They were enjoyable.
They took some liberties that a lot of fans didn't like, but they weren't. But they were watchable.
Yeah, but good thing the real Lord of the Rings is on its way back.
Yeah, and another thing too, I mean, I know a lot of fans are gonna be excited. You know, oh man, I can't wait to see the Hunt for Gollum. You know, see be back. That's cool. And I know they did say Peter Jackson's gonna come back and he's gonna produce some more Lord of the Rings material because they want to turn this into like a long-lasting franchise. Which I don't know how they're gonna do that because you need some other books unless the estate has licensed some other books to Warner Bros. And New Line. But I want to see the Angmar War. And that's how the Witch King, that's how he got that curse that, you know, no man can kill him. I want to see that movie.
That don't sound like a curse, do it?
Yeah, it don't sound like a curse, but it you know, he got what he needed.
Yeah.
But that's why I want to see that movie. And I know there's not much on there. Maybe there is, maybe, you know, because I think they speak on it in the Lord of the Rings appendices in the books. And I know that New Line has the access to that in Warner Brothers, so I hope that they adapt that. I hope that's on their, you know, stories to adapt. I hope that's on the drawing board.
I don't know if New Line Cinemas and Warner Brothers have access to the earlier books or books that contain what happened before the Middle Earth as we know it was formed. Do they?
No, they don't.
Oh,
if they did, because a lot of fans of that Silmarillion, if they did that last battle when the forces of the Valar pull up on Malcor and they want that smoke, that's like an in-game level movie. It's like Godzilla level action too.
Dang, that would be caught all the Balrogs.
Yeah, the dragons. Yeah,
all the mystical creatures.
Yeah, a bunch of elves.
Yeah, that would be crazy to see on big screen.
Yeah, it would. But you know, I'm really looking forward to this. It's not one of the things I really wanted to see. You know, I was up at night like, man, I wish they could do a Hunt for Gollum movie. But I'm definitely, when it drops, I'm definitely going to see it.
Yeah, me too. Definitely. I'm glad that the real Lord of the Rings is making a comeback. And we need some quality movies in cinema. That's what cinema has been lacking for a decade, possibly, is real quality cinematic production. And we know that they're going to give it to us.
Yeah, hopefully. You know, we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, hopefully they do. Because for some reason, some legendary directors and producers have disappointed in recent times. So hopefully their skills have not diminished over the years. Hopefully they had one of the rings of power helping them and aiding them as they put together this story.
Yeah, I agree.
That does it for our reaction to the announcement for the Hunt for Gollum that is scheduled to be released in 2026. We can't wait to see it. And don't forget to leave your thoughts down in the comment section. Also like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you'll never miss a video from Wade and Wade Reacts.
We out of here.
Peace.